harping on the U.S.'s involvement in the current growing Ebola outbreak. But it's not because I'm a conspiracy theorist, I swear. It's because all these crazy stories keep coming out about how the U.S. has handled the virus over the years. Like, for instance, how the U.S. actually has a patent on Ebola. They really do. Now, it could be that the government spent years going through an arduous patent process so it could work on a vaccine just for the benefit of humanity. But now there's been a spate of stories about how the U.S. actually already has vaccines that it's just been sitting on, and I just can't help but wonder why. In an article titled "How the U.S. Screwed Up in the Fight Against Ebola," Bloomberg Businessweek, not exactly a conspiracy theory news site, said that the Pentagon has sat on an effective Ebola treatment for 4 years as it's been stuck in bureaucratic limbo. The article outlines clearly how the government has a vaccine that has shown to be incredibly effective, but has been letting it rot on a shelf because of a huge bureaucratic mess that no one wants to finance a way out of. So there goes that benefit of humanity reason for owning the patent. Newsweek recently ran an article titled, "The U.S. is sitting on promising Ebola vaccines." Again, hardly a conspiracy theory website. The article outlines how the government actually has several Ebola vaccines that have shown huge promise, but are still just rotting away on government shelves. Newsweek attributes that to a lack of interest by pharmaceutical companies who don't want to deal with government bureaucracy when the market for an Ebola vaccine has so far proven not to be lucrative. In other words, only poor Africans who can't buy expensive drugs have Ebola. So why would a pharmaceutical company want to invest in that? Renowned conspiracy theory site, The Washington Post, really sums the whole thing up best with their headline, "Ebola-stricken Liberia is descending into economic hell." That's the core of why the U.S. is not working hard to manufacture the Ebola vaccines it already has. Because only poor people are dying from the virus, so they can't make money off a vaccine right now. But because it takes a long time to finish trials, find a manufacturer, and then actually manufacture and distribute a vaccine, the scary part is that, God forbid, if Ebola does start infecting Americans and the rest of the world who can pay for a vaccine, by then it'll be too late. You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to know that. Tonight, let's talk about that by following me on Twitter @TheResident.